Hi guys. Okay, before I get started on today's lesson, I am going to show you a quick video of all the clay projects that I want to give props to that turned out really good this last week or two. So I'm excited to show those to you. So here they go, all right? Okay, nice job to all those people who worked hard on their clay projects. I hope that was something fun and different to do for a while. All right, today we are going to talk about the artist Bisa Butler, and I think her work is absolutely amazing. She actually works in quilts, so her art form is quilting. But in this video I'm going to show you, it's a little kind of documentary behind the scenes look as to how she got started and some of the influences in her work. She talks about Kool-Aid colors, and I just think that that is so cool. So be sure you listen to that, and I'm anxious to see what you think about her work, okay? Here she goes, Bisa Butler.
My name is Bisa Butler, and I am an artist who uses textiles to create quilted artworks. I would say that I was an artist from the very beginning. I was the kid who was always coloring, drawing, scribbling, just like all the other preschoolers. The only difference was that when the other kids ran off to do other things, I still continued to draw. My mother's side is African American, and they're from New Orleans, Louisiana. And my father's side is from Ghana, West Africa. And I was raised in New Jersey. So that combination of like these different cultures all coming together in one household, it influenced me in a way that I was surrounded by art all the time. I was an art major at Howard University, and Howard University had a strong influence on my outlook on art. It informed me because there was a really strong tradition. It was one thing to teach your students how to construct a painting, how to compose an interesting composition, but how do you define an African American culture? And what is it that separates us but makes us stronger and better? My professors were part of a group called Afro-Cobra, and most of them came from the Afro-Cobra tradition. They even went so far as to throw out the paint palette that you would use. It was called the Beaux-Arts, or the European arts tradition, using white to lighten your artwork. That was unacceptable. So we were all like, what is this? Like, that was just a total flipping of ideas. We even had assignments where usually when you start a painting, your canvas is white. You think about a white canvas. We had assignments where the canvas was black, and now you paint on that. Like, so they wanted to sort of flip that and say, literally, this is a colored and black sensibility. And the palette that we used were colors that you would see more in African art or in African fabric. Bright orange, bright yellow, crimson red, intense blue. And that color palette was called the Kool-Aid colors. And the Kool-Aid, yes, they were African colors, but there was always like that acknowledgement that this is an African American thing and this is a new thing. And that affects me a lot to this day. I'm not doing it on purpose, but when you look at my art, you're gonna see, those Kool-Aid colors still. You're gonna see that bright crimson red and vermilion yellow and azul blue. Like, you're gonna see these intense shades. And those are the colors that I'm drawn to this day. One of the founders of Afrocobra was Jeff Donaldson, who was the Dean of Fine Arts at Howard. So he's taking his Afrocobra sensibility and bringing it directly into fine arts. As the dean, you're the one who sets the mission. And part of that mission was like, you have a responsibility to educate your people. You have a responsibility to have your people always be shown in a positive light. I still maintain that I never want my artwork to show my people in a bad light. We are people who've come a long way. We do struggle still. There's still a lot of social ills that are affecting my people. So I want to address that, but I also don't want this paternalistic view like, oh, poor them. I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in seeing, look what we can do. Now that I'm working full-time, I meet a lot of other full-time artists, and I see that how much of a responsibility you have as an artist. You are the reflection of our times. So whether you're a writer, a dancer, filmmaker, painter, sculptor, you're reflecting the times that you live in. And after you're gone, that all that is left is that reflection.
Okay, so here is the example of the portrait picture that you'll be given. And you can see that it is divided into sections, and some sections are marked with L or M or MD or XL. L stands for light, M stands for medium, so XL would be extra light. MD is medium dark, or D is dark. And so I want you to fill in your portrait with Kool-Aid colors, making sure you put light in light areas, medium in medium areas, dark in dark areas. So if you want to add some interesting patterns in the areas that you choose to color, feel free to do that also. Be inspired. I am inspired. This is a great lesson in learning about shading, especially how light reflects on the skin. But it's also an opportunity to get creative and try your hand at a different kind of style that you wouldn't normally create in. So I can't wait to see you on Thursday. See you then. Bye.